Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so I'm consolidating weeks 23 and 24 together because I wasn't able to do an update video last week. We planned this giant party for Leo, and his birthday's in January, and January weather in our state is extremely cold, and I have a very small house, so I didn't want a house full of kids in the middle of winter time. So we decided that we would throw on his birthday, have just a family thing, and then throw a big party in the summertime when there was more activities to do and everybody could be outside. Okay, so we threw this great big huge party, and it took months to plan, and preparation was time consuming. I wasn't able to do a video because we were pretty consumed with the whole party. So here's what happened with the party. We had 20 plus kids all day, all right, in and out. I had invited, I think I counted 36, and we had 20 that actually came. So not everybody that was invited actually came to the party, but a lot of the neighborhood kids came. Daddy set up a slip and slide that was awesome, and they enjoyed that. We had the trampoline, a big giant trampoline, they enjoyed that. We had the swimming pool, we had 1,000 water balloons for a water balloon fight. That was a lot of fun. They really enjoyed that. I baked 42 cupcakes, 42 cookies. We had 42 bags of candy to give out. There were 36 hot dogs, 36 beer brats. Everything got eaten. It was awesome. The cupcakes and cookies, they got to come inside and frost them themselves and put sprinkles on them. So they decorated their own cookies and cupcakes, and that was a lot of fun. Big mess, for me. But it was a lot of fun for them. I mean, they had a blast. Daddy came up with a game where he fashioned a water balloon to the tree, and they would shoot a dart at it, and it would obviously explode, and whoever was sitting under it got drenched, and that was a huge hit. Kids loved that. Okay, so the party was huge. It was obviously a success for all the kids in the neighborhood and all the kids that were invited. However, it was not for Leo, and Leo was slightly overwhelmed. I had a baby area set up because we invited some toddlers, and a lot of the activities were toddler friendly, so we converted the front yard into a little toddler area. I had a bunch of baby toys out there, and a big box of Legos, and there was a ball pit. We put a ball pit up for him. Leo hung out in the baby area for a little while. He sat on his trampoline and kind of watched the activity, but during the middle part of the day, he had a meltdown. He was kind of in and out. He'd be outside for a little bit, and he'd say inside, and he'd come inside and he'd eat his donuts and watch cartoons, and so his day didn't change. The only difference was that I was busy running in and out, so when he was inside, I'd come in because I had my daughter-in-law stayed inside to do the cupcake thing for me, and I'd come in, I'd check on him, and then I'd have to run back outside because I had a yard full of kids. And so Leo kind of just, he didn't have a good time. He didn't have a horrible time either. He had a little bit of a meltdown, but I brought him in, and he did get in the pool. He didn't care for other kids being in the pool, so even then he didn't really have a good time. So it was a fun party, and we're still glad that we did it because the neighborhood kids came around. We had tractor rides. They were riding the tractor with Leo, and they got to feed the neighbors' donkeys, so it was a good it was a good party for all the other kids. And the best thing is the other kids, you know, came over, those who are familiar with Leo and those who have never met him before, you know, they got a chance to be here and, you know, maybe they'll come play. You know, I don't think he cares either way, but so yeah, that's what I've been doing for like the last 2 weeks, and so it's been a little overwhelming, and that's why, you know, this video is very late and kind of early for week 24. So okay, update. Remember last week I had mentioned that we were clearing the rotavirus, and the rotavirus is absolutely cleared. Now remember I told you that the rotavirus causes, well, you know, older versions of the rotavirus caused stomachs to flip-flop and was actually causing vomiting and diarrhea. And they allegedly pulled that from the shelf and they came out with a new one. Well, you know, while we were clearing the rotavirus, what we saw with Leo, he actually had some stomach pain. You could tell he had stomach ache. He lost his appetite. He couldn't eat. Or he didn't eat. Not that he couldn't eat. He just wouldn't eat. He didn't have much of an appetite at all. So, but I'm happy to say here it is, you know, today is the 27th, and he's got his appetite back. And, you know, I could tell he had stomach cramps, and how you can tell, for a kid who is nonverbal, okay, and they can't tell you they got a tummy ache. A kid that's nonverbal, if they have a stomach cramp, they'll lean over furniture, putting pressure on their stomach. Leo actually was extremely clingy. He kept, you know, hanging out in my lap, real cuddly, you know, and he's pretty cuddly anyway, but it was in excess. And so that's how I could tell he was experiencing the peak of the clear. Plus he, you know, like I said, his appetite went away. And, you know, I mean, he had a little bit of moodiness. He was just, you know, he was just not feeling good. And he was a little, you know, kind of laid back. Now, I won't say lethargic, but he wasn't, you know, he wasn't feeling too much like playing for a couple of days. So, okay, that's a good sign, because that means that the symptoms of the rotavirus are coming to the surface and they're actually being flushed out of the system. It is extremely difficult to explain to people how this is happening and why it's happening and what is happening. So, okay, these kids come over and they want to play, and you may notice that this video is a little choppy. It's because they keep coming to my door. But they come over and they want to play, and I keep telling, you know, I have to tell them, you know, Leo's not feeling good, and they want to go swimming. And I have to tell him that, you know, he can't go swimming because he's not feeling good. And then, of course, they think he's sick, and I say, no, he's not sick with something that you can get. He's sick because of, you know, I tell him he's sick because of medication that he takes. So, anyway, that, yeah, that rotavirus is a nasty booger. And that makes me wonder about the symptoms that we see when we're clearing the other vaccines. If the rotavirus is the root of Leo's digestive problems, which is, you know, it's a strong possibility that it is. If it's the root of his problems, right, then how many of these kids are experiencing the effects of their vaccinations and nobody's aware of it? Like when we were clearing the MMR, the reactions were aggression, you know, and just, you know, ups and downs, roller coaster of emotions, you know. Well, there's a lot of kids who live that, and their parents have them bipolar, you know, ADHD. You know, I think there was even new names for, you know, the violence and, you know, disruptive behavior, you know. Well, how many of those kids are being affected by the vaccine in their system? You know, probably quite a few. Probably quite a few. So, the rotavirus, yeah, I am glad that it is being flushed away. So, that is good. Okay, so this week I'm not going to be able to do the support websites or the GoFundMe because I haven't I haven't had any time to be on the computer, and I certainly don't want to just steer you towards a random website that I'm not familiar with. And that's why all the ones that I do display on the channel, and I do promote and support through the blog, those are all ones that I've spent time on, and so I would never recommend one that I didn't know it, on a more personal level. And so I haven't had time to spend much, time doing that. So I'm not going to be able to do that this week. So, however, I've done plenty, and you could go to the blog and, get a link from, the right-hand side of the blog where it says, please support each other. There's all kinds of websites there. Also, the GoFundMe's. I've got, like five or six of them there. Please, go open them up, share them, get the word out for these guys. There's, also the products and services, like I said, and I'm going to continue to say, why make Walmart richer? Why make Target richer? These stores and services that I have found are through parents who have children with autism, or special needs, and these online stores are their way of help supporting their kid, and actually help supporting you too. And so we owe it to them to do our shopping, for those products through them. So yeah, please have a look at the websites on the blog. Share them, if you can't afford to buy anything today, which I'm not asking you to, but if you, share them. That's what I do. I go on and I just spread the word. Okay, so I want to read something real quick, and that I got an email, and it's about the gut, and like I said, this, I'm going to try to read more of these with you guys, because I get a lot of good information via email, and so I want to just share it. It's a good, resource. Okay, so this one is about sleep, and it says, is sleep a concern for your kid? Now, a lot of kids on the spectrum have problems with sleeping, and if you have a kid on the spectrum, then you know what I'm talking about, and you're familiar with this. So what you may not be familiar with is the natural approach to dealing with that, and why they may be having sleep problems. So sleep is one of the most common problems that parents talk about. Many kids have so much trouble getting to sleep. It can take 2 or more long hours. My brain went off because I was thinking, Leo never had a problem with going to sleep. He had a problem with staying asleep. He used to wake up, kind of frequently. Not anymore. Not since we started the homeopathic treatment in January. He hasn't had one night where he woke up, in the middle of the night like he used to. Okay, so it's often driven by anxiety, with kids not wanting to be left alone or just too afraid to be on their own. Sleep is so important for a child's development, both physical and mental. Well, we all knew that, because it is for us too. So apart from the normal things like a bedtime routine, no screen for a few hours before bed, etc., etc. Screen. Oh, TV maybe? No TV for a few hours before bed? Really? Leo watches TV every night just before bed, so that's new. Okay, moving on. Alright, what can you do to help your child sleep? Number one, it says address anxiety. It says it's easier said than done, but Epsom salt baths can really help, and essential oils are marvelous to help calm and settle the kids. Now, I talk about Epsom salt baths in one of my previous videos and on the blog. So if you're interested in what Epsom salts actually does to the body and why it helps, check out the blog. It's under magnesium deficiency is the title of that, and so that's the title of the video too. I'm not sure what week it was, but might check that out. It says resolve any digestive issues. Digestive pain is a big reason why kids wake up at night for no apparent reason, and I have a sneaking suspicion that's what Leo was dealing with. Yeast in the gut is another major reason why kids wake during the night. The big giveaway is that your child has a yeast problem. They'll wake up laughing, giggling, and even jump on their bed. Okay, so in case, this is something that I've actually looked into a little bit recently, is that yeast, the bacteria in the stomach. When we eat things that harm the bacteria in our stomach, then it makes it difficult for our stomach flora to produce the enzymes to break down food to digest. All right, and so what we're dealing with is good yeast, bad yeast. Probiotics being good, and then there's the bad yeast. The bad yeast builds and feeds on sugar, right? So if your kid is taking in a lot of sugar, you are feeding that yeast. And as long as that yeast is there, inhibiting the ability of the gut flora and the natural enzymes to break down food and to be digested, as long as that yeast is there, you're always going to have a problem. And so clearing out the bad yeast and replacing it with good, is, the solution. Of course, clearing out the bad yeast means increasing the probiotics in their diet, removing things that feed the yeast, like sugar, even natural sugars like apples, bananas, grapes. Grapes are really, really high in natural sugar, but a lot of berries aren't. So if your kid is a muncher on things like grapes and stuff, move them on to berries, because berries don't have a lot of sugar. They're more fiber than they are anything, and they're sweet. So try to, especially things like red dye, and Kool-Aid, and just knock the sugar out of their diet. They don't need it. They don't need sugar. They need fat, not sugar. There is a difference, okay? So the sugar is not feeding the yeast, it'll starve. It'll starve, and it'll be replaced by, through the probiotic treatments. Also, you can get, there's all kinds of things you can do to reduce the amount of bad yeast in your stomach. So, okay, that's pretty much all the rest of this email has. It talks about free webinars and so visit our website. Yeah. So, okay, anyway, it's something to think about. If you have a kid that's having problems sleeping at night, a calm routine helps. Leo doesn't have a problem. During the peak of the clear, he did. He was up till like freaking midnight for 2 or 3 nights in a row. And, we just deal with it, but hopefully he's getting back on track now. So, okay, well, that's all I got. I do have a video for you for a day in the life of Leo. That'll be following. Definitely, look at the blog. Check out the websites and the services and the GoFundMes. Definitely, please, 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 please share those GoFundMes. We have to support each other. We don't have anyone else. It's not like doctors are stepping up to support our needs, so. But alternative medicine is making a huge comeback. And I say comeback because alternative medicine existed before our medical complex that does now, So, it's homeopathy, all natural is making a huge comeback. So there's a lot of information available. Homeopathy is working for Leo. When I first started these videos, I was skeptical because I didn't know. I knew it worked, but I didn't know if it would work for him. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely working. I see the effects of it. I see the dramatic progress he makes every day. Every day he's making, milestones. New words are coming out of his mouth. You can tell he's comprehending things. He's trying to be more independent. He's trying to dress himself and undress himself. So, potty training update. We're taking it slow. There's the update. Because not a lot has happened really, but okay. So yeah, we're just taking it slow. So okay, well, this is for weeks 23 and 24, and I will see you back next week, and hopefully have some more updates for you, and I will have more featured websites and services and the GoFundMe. So, please, love each other and support each other and share the word. So I will see you guys back next week. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm so glad you were here. Is that blue? Red. Very good. Okay, hang on. Let's put blue up. Ugh. Mommy's making a mess. Oh, I'll do it. Otherwise, you'll make a bigger mess. Yeah, hang on. Red. Gonna paint with red. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh no, that's not. You gotta do it from the lid because there's more paint on the lid. There you go. Very good. Is she making a pretty picture? Red. No, baby. Right here. Oh my God. Red. These are finger paints. You can put your fingers in them. Very good. You did such a good job. Good job. Is he making a pretty picture? It's pretty red. Is you playing with Play-Doh? Oh, nice. He's making a big ball of Play-Doh. Good job. Making a big mess on my table. So what color is that? You making all kinds of colors? Is that black Play-Doh? Is that like the coolest color ever? Who's concentrating really hard on that too? You're so silly. Yeah.